Perfect, perfect, perfect. I hope you guys are good, by the way. I'm also good. I'm also good. Now, here we are. So, whatever strategy that you have, right, it's really, really important that you know what you're dealing with. Okay. I take it as going to war, right? If a nation is going to war or kingdom, whatever, back in the days, you really need to know for you to win the war. Of course, there is more things involved uh, uh, in the whole war thing. Okay, but for you to win, you need to know the power of your weapons, right? So that's the whole idea. Okay, whatever strategy that you're using, you really need to understand the power of the strategy, the weaknesses of the strategy. Okay, and how can you actually account, okay, for those weaknesses and everything. But that's the whole idea, right here. I feel like this is a really good analogy because whenever you have to face an enemy or war and everything, you need to understand what you have, right? You need to understand it. If you are going to be using bow and arrows, uh, that's it. But if you understand the weaknesses of your own weapons, definitely you are at a better chance. Okay, even if you are using stones, but maybe against an enemy that's using much bigger guns, you must actually, if you understand that, okay, we are hitting them with stones. Okay, so this is the weakness of our strategy. Okay, but the strength is this. You figure that out. Okay, and then also, okay, there's a difference between people who are using stones and people who are using bow and arrows. Okay, there's a difference between people who are using bow and arrows and people who are using 9 millimeters, okay, smaller guns, police guns. There's a difference between people who are using AK-47s and 9 millimeters, right? What am I talking about here now? I'm talking about the fact that different strategies have different strengths. Some are way better. Some have more weaknesses. Okay, so in that regard, back to forex, right? You need to understand that whatever strategy, you first need to figure out the strength. Okay, are you using a stone to fight, or are you using a bow and arrow, or are you using a bazooka? Okay, you really need to understand that. Okay, so when you are testing your strategy, you are figuring this out. Okay, have you ever seen militaries testing explosives and everything, right? So you also need to figure out exactly what you are dealing with. You need to understand it. Okay, if you are using a rocket launcher, you need to figure out exactly where which position allows us to actually attack properly. If you are using grenades, which positions allows us to attack properly. Okay, do not think of this you'll be surprised how things are related in everything, right? So you need to understand exactly what you have at hand. Okay, now let's get back to the strength. You might be using stones to fight a war, but that's very like the strength of that strategy is very low, right? You know exactly that the winning rate is very low. Does it mean that it always loses? No. Okay, there's a chance that it wins. Okay, there's a chance that it wins, but over a longer period of time of testing, we realize, nah, man, fighting with stones is not as effective, right? It's not as effective. It's not really effective. I mean, their chances are very low, but there are chances also that you can also win, right? So if I can go to one war and I'm fighting using stones and I win that war, it does not mean that my strategy is good, right? It was just too random to tell that it's a good strategy or not. Just one war. But as I go into a lot of war and realize, you know what, fighting with stones, we are losing a lot more wars than we are winning, right? Then you are realizing, this is not a really good strategy. Okay, that's where testing strategy comes in play, right? If you're using nuclear weapons, okay, that's like it's annihilation, right? It's a really good strategy. Does it mean that if you are using nuclear weapons to fight a war, you're definitely going to win? No, it does not mean that you're definitely going to win, but the chances are high. What am I talking about here? You need to know your strategy. What are the chances of you winning a trade? What are the chances of you losing a trade? That's the idea behind it. Okay, and you need to understand the strength of your strategy. If you understand the strength, you are placing yourself at a better position because you know what you are dealing with. Okay, let's get to it. So when you are testing a strategy, right, what are you looking at? What are you thinking about when you're going through the test? Remember, I spoke about how you can't just do one test. You can't just do one trade and be like, oh, we won this trade. This means this strategy is good, right? No, that's too random to tell. Okay, you need to go over a longer sample space. You need to go over a lot of trades, right? A lot of trades over a longer period of time. But now that I'm going to show you exactly how to shorten the time, it's going to be even much better, right? So what are you looking at? Okay, you are looking at, okay, what's the risk to reward ratio that is suitable for this strategy? Today I'm going to show you a strategy. I don't right now, we're going to do it right now, live now, and I don't know what to expect myself. I want to show you exactly what you have to go through in order to actually get to understand the strategy, right? So you need to understand what risk to reward ratio works with the strategy. Okay, looking at your strategy in terms of the drawdown that you get. Okay, by the way, there's nothing on my screen, don't worry. If you are seeing white at the whiteboard, that's what you're supposed to see. You are looking at, oh, okay, so according to my strategy, where can I put my stop loss, right? Somewhere there, maybe. That's, you now understand the strategy, but it should be after the testing. Okay, where are the best take profit zones? Okay, so should it be a 1:1 risk to reward ratio? Should it be 1:2, 1:1.5? All those things. Now, if you attended the first few classes, you know what I'm talking about when I'm saying risk to reward ratio, right? Now let's talk about the whole thing. I'm repeating this for I don't know how many times I've said this, but it's an important fact. Okay, you can't just have a strategy and say, you know what, I'm killing the market. Even after testing, I remember the previous class, I did touch on this. I did tell you that testing alone also helps you with the confidence. You get that confidence that, you know what, I'm carrying a bazooka here, I'm going to kill. I'm carrying a nuclear weapon, I'm going to kill. You've tested it, it works. You've seen that it works. So now you have that courage, you have that confidence also. You have faith in your strategy, you believe in it. That alone is going to give you something else. What is that? You are going to follow your rules easier because you believe in it. Okay, so if it lose, it's fine. But if it lose one trade, it's fine, because you know that over a longer period of time, I'm going to make money. Remember, this is an investment. We're not trying to gamble our way out. Okay, we're looking as to, okay, in about 30 days or in about over 100 trades or 200 trades, I'm going to make money definitely if I stick to the strategy. Because every time over a longer period of time, you're going to make money definitely. Okay, this is what this is why I'm a trader. Like, I'm a scalp. I scalp. I also do intermediate. I also do longer term, because I am able to connect these things, because I know it's just one thing. It's almost the same thing, right? Because if you are a scalp trader, as long as you are looking to check to calculate your profitability over a long term, over a longer term, it does not matter if you are entering a trade now, closing it in about 2 minutes, as long as you are following your strategy and you are calculating your profitability over a longer term, say a month, even better. Do you understand that? So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about what you call this thing. Sorry. Okay, let me get back. That's what I mean when I'm talking about believing in your own strategy. What else do we need? You guys know that we don't just get we have a strategy now. Hey guys, we are about to kill the markets one week. No, okay. We also need risk management. I will emphasize on these things. I always mention these things. Okay, I always mention these things. So there's a story I want to tell you. There's this person who joined my lifetime mentorship. This person joined and then they actually, not so long ago, like this year, I think it's less than a month or so. Okay, it's actually two people, but I'm going to talk about one of them. The person joined, I gave them like, whenever someone joins, I just give them a strategy, like strategies and everything, and then I tell them that, you know what, test them yourself, find which one works for you. I've tested them, this is what I've figured out, but you must also do and figure out what works for you, and then you will actually see what you are comfortable with, right? This person, they took the strategy, they used it, like even up to this day, they used it, they followed the rules. I was so impressed. On my first attempt, I was never this good. I was so impressed that this person was able to get it that quickly. Okay, now they are literally profitable. They are literally profitable. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you need to join my mentorship to be profitable. I'm saying that you need what? You need to have a good mentality. This is what I'm talking about here is actually mentality. I'm talking about your discipline. Okay. You need to follow your plan. I spoke about this on the last class. Follow your plan. Okay. These things are really, really, really relatable. Like, I mean, no, related. They have to work together. You must master all, I mean, each and every one of them. Okay. This person really killed this part. They killed this part where you are disciplined. They're following their plan, right? And then the strategy, because I knew the strategy I'm giving them is a good strategy. So I know that, okay, if they kill this part and also the risk management, when the person got into the group, they were lacking risk management a bit, okay? And then we worked on it. Now they're already profitable, okay? So I was impressed, to be honest, because it took me way longer to actually get it, but it is what it is. Okay, you don't have to go through the same struggles that we went through, because now we actually show you what we've learned. Okay, so now let's get back to the testing part. I'm gonna just if you have a question, remember, you know the rules, just type it in there. I'm gonna look at it after the class, okay, and then I'll answer you. Now let's go back and see what are we testing today. I don't even know if it's a profitable strategy. I don't know any much about it. I just took it's not actually, it's like I took a few indicators, I put on the chart, okay, and then I'll show you how they work, and I don't mind even sharing them, but I think I did share them to people, so that should be good. Anyways, just you have to see my screen. Forex, where is our demo account? Okay, so this is my account, right? The one we opened on our first class. Okay, if you've been with us ever since, shout out to you. I appreciate your attendance. So what's happening here? We are going to make rules, right? The rules that we are supposed to follow every time we enter the trade. This is what's happening now. We are going to make the rules now. Okay, this is the strategy. What do we have here? This is supply and demand. Okay, supply and demand. If I'm talking about supply and demand, it's the same concept as it is wherever you know it. Okay, supply, demand. Now, this is an area. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, this is this indicator will show you the areas support and resistance, right? Look, let me just draw here. Okay, support. Don't mind the strategy a lot. Even if you don't understand what I'm talking about when I'm saying support and resistance, don't worry. The idea here is just how to test the strategy. It's not about the strategy itself. Okay, this is your what you call a support. This is what you call a resistance. Okay, think of a resistance as a roof, and then your support as your floor. Like, it supports you. The resistance is like the roof. It's above. It keeps you from flying off your house for some reason. I don't know why you would want to do that. Okay, so that's what it is, right? So the strategy, we're gonna make the rules, right? So if the rules are, if the market goes to a zone like this, okay, like this, okay. For example, I'll show you just now. Let's say you see it's coming back to this zone, right? It came here, it created this point, and it came back here. So when it comes here, and then you have a what you call this thing, a candlestick pattern. I use the indicator so that, because I haven't taught people these patterns before I teach them, I just wanted to use the indicator to make it simple. So this is a bullish engulfing pattern, as this indicator is telling us. So if the market comes to a zone, an important zone like here, and then you see around that same zone you had a pattern, then that tells you that you are buying. So which zone are you buying on? We're gonna buying only on your support. This is a support, right? It's below the thing, the market. It's where the market finds support. Remember, think of it as a floor, right? Think of resistance as a roof. Okay, and then I will explain the strategies and the patterns and the structure of the market. We are going towards that. I just want you to be exposed to strategies while knowing exactly how are you going to test each and every strategy, so that it makes your whole journey simpler and quicker. Okay, here's another example. You see the market came to this zone right here, the green zone. You see that, right? And then what happened? What you call this thing? A bull cross. Okay, it's also a pattern, and then it went all the way up. Okay, but it's gonna be tricky because the zones are formed. Let's say after you see this zone right here, you see there is a pattern. Okay, and then it's on a resistance. On the resistance, we are only selling. So you look at the pattern, you look at the resistance, you sell, you enter a sell. After this candle closes, this one where you're seeing the pattern. That's all we're gonna do. It's similar to what we were doing last time. It's basically the same thing, actually. Support and resistance, and then candlestick patterns. Okay, that's what we are testing. All right. So even if the indicators are not doing it, we're gonna talk about it either way. It's fine. Okay. So let's get to it. So how do I test a strategy? Okay. If it's a lot of indicators, I'm gonna I'm gonna create a template. Options. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see. Let me share my whole screen. My screen. Okay. I click options, right click on my mouse. I go to templates. Okay. Options, templates. I save this template. So you click save, you write down a name. This is how I saved it. I said just test. So it's for testing. And then that's it. I'm done. Okay. So let's test it. How do you test? You go to view strategy tester, click on it. So it's gonna show you some things here. Let me show you. It's gonna show you the things, whatever it's showing you there, and then you click on in the overview. Yeah, it's overview. Sorry, here is overview, and then you click on indicator because we are testing an indicator, not an expert advisor. Okay, let me erase that. Click on indicator. Go to. Just if you can't see my screen, just let me know so that I don't talk alone here. Click any indicator because we are going to change it anyways. Let's just put whatever RSI, any indicator actually. Okay. Now after that, I prefer GDP USD. It's fine. I will click on it, leave it like that. 15 minutes time frame. The period you check, you choose which period. It's fine, any period, because we want to see how profitable the strategy is. You click start, right? When you click start, a new window is gonna open, and then it should be showing us the things. I don't know what's happening. I'll just have to wait for it. Okay, so that's about it. So what this is gonna allow you to do? Okay, you see the charts now. These are the charts from from the 5th up to today. Okay, so now you have access to charts that are old. Okay, that are old, so that you check, not that or like this year charts. So it's really helpful. Okay, so now what are you gonna do is you're checking for the same setups, right? So since we made ourselves that template, we're going to charts. You go to templates, you click your template, just test. There it is. Okay. Okay. Let me play it. Let's see. Okay. Now you can slow the charts down. You see this knob right here? You see this? You can slow the charts down. Okay. That way you can go through whatever charts, whatever year, back to, I think, to the 2004, back to like a long time ago. And then you can test those things and actually figure out, it can save you a lot of time. You can even use a demo and enter the trades actually. Okay. I'm gonna add all of this, but those videos I'm gonna do them aside for those who want to see what I mean about that. Okay, let's just put the chart back. Okay, so what do we have now? Okay, let's just run it. Let's make it quick. It's not a clear setup, that one. Okay, it's not a clear setup. By the way, I forgot. You see, remember, what are we looking for when you are testing? We are checking how far can you put our stop loss? I don't know that yet already. Okay, so we don't have those rules yet. This is our first attempt. On our second attempt, you'll be checking the profitability, but right now we just want to see the strategy in terms of where can you put our stop loss, where can you put our take profit. Okay, how far can we put it? Okay, so right now, to make this thing simple, we're gonna put it. I'm gonna show you another way of seeing where to put your profit. If you don't have a laptop or a computer, you won't be able to do strategy testing, but it's still an important lesson. Okay, so we're gonna put it our stop loss about 300 points. Let's say 300 points. Can you see the points there? 300 points away. Okay, and then it's gonna be 1:1. So our take profit from our entry is gonna also be 300 points away. Okay, We're just gonna do that, and then you're gonna adjust those numbers as you test your strategy and understand it. Okay, I usually test my strategies from I test up to 200 trades. Okay, I enter up to 200 trades, so I do the same process I'm showing you, and then check it in a span of about 208 trades. Okay, so let's go for it. All right, so here is one setup. I don't think it will have been a good one, but let's wait for the ones that are gonna come after. Let me speed it up for you. Speed it up. Okay, so now you know that when the market comes to this zone and gives you a pattern, do you see a pattern? Okay, let's pause. Do you see there is a pattern there, right? What's happening? Okay. I'm not sure if you saw that. Okay, I'm not sure if you saw that, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's go about it. I was looking for an arrow system to just test that one, but it would have been much easier, I believe. It would have been much easier. Okay, do you see that? All right, let's pause. But it's too far off. It's too far. But you see, we have a pattern, and my charts can't move for some reason. I don't understand why. Okay, let me. Yeah, okay, that's fine. This is what I was talking about. So this is an area of support, right? This is our first setup actually. This is an area of support, right? That the green area. Then the market came to this zone. It gave us around this point. It gave us your pattern. You enter, and then the agreement was you put your stop loss. How far? 300 points away. Okay, it's just it's a random rule for now, but as we understand our strategy, we're gonna have to change the numbers. That's the whole point of testing, right? Okay, so our stop loss is going to be here. Okay, it's here. It's not a good thingy for a stop loss. I think our take profit must be around here. Okay, that's it. Now you're gonna keep doing this thing. It's tiring, but it's worth it. You're gonna keep doing this thing for each and every trade. I mean, for each and every strategy that you come across, and figure out, understand it. Okay, you need to be dedicated. I don't care where you get your strategy. Maybe your mentor, just whatever, wherever you learn and everything. YouTube, Google. I don't care where you get it, but do this, and you might figure out. You might find a really like really good strategies you're on your own and test them and start winning on your own. Or to be honest with you, that's what it takes. Three things. Okay, the market is running, so I don't really need to watch. I just speed it up. Okay, that one didn't count. Did you see that one? It didn't count. Now there's one thing I'm realizing with this indicator that you're having. It's the patterns are what do you call this thing? They're disappearing when it gets invalid. So it's no longer there, but we know it was there. We are in the trade already, so we can't change anything. We're just gonna follow it as it is, okay? And hold. Now, okay, so we lost this trade, right? So you write down that trade was a loss. Okay, it hit our stop loss. So now you will know that as you understand the strategy, you will know that okay, so we might have had our stop loss too close or something. Okay, it's not honestly, it's not a really good. It's not a thingy, a really good strategy. These patterns are just disappearing on us. Okay, bull cross. All right. So it hit our stop loss and left, and then it went all the way up. Okay, that's what's happening here. Okay, I'll just speed it up. And now we have a new zone. Can you see that we have a new zone? Okay. So if you get a pattern there, we are going to do the things. Now, do you see? I see something that I like here. Usually, you're gonna get now when you are new, you won't understand this, but they will give you indicators. Okay, can you see that? Okay, we have a Bula Harami. We could have. Okay, we can't really. You can't really buy. Let's pause. To be honest, to me, it's already, I don't really like the strategy. I'm making a decision now. Remember, I told you I'm testing this now. Okay, it's missing something. You can optimize it and add some things to help it or get better. I know that it's missing some things because these indicators, I shared them. So I know that there are things that are not there. Okay. Now there's something that I like by using this. You see, now we already saw that, oh, this indicator is now what you call it, it's repainting. You've seen it in less than a few seconds. That is repainting. So this will help you understand, oh, what am I dealing with here, right? Because if you can just go to this indicator anytime on the chart and look at it, it's leaving all the perfect arrows that actually worked, and the ones that didn't work, they disappeared. So it's not a good indicator. But remember, don't lose the focus. The idea is to show what you call is to test, figure out how do we test. Okay, so don't lose focus here. Don't lose focus here. But I was just showing it to you that it'll help you. It'll help you a lot. Okay. So as soon as we saw this, since our rules are not really that good, but as soon as we saw this bearish engulfing, we lost the first buying trade. We have a zone here, but you don't need the indicator. You just know what, okay, you have a nice zone there. And then you get this pattern here. You enter your sell, okay? You will have entered somewhere after this. You will have entered somewhere here. All right, let me erase the rest and we continue. You remember the rules. I forgot to show this. Your stop loss is gonna be somewhere here. This one will have hit take profit. It will have been a good trade, I guess, because it's a 1:1. So your stop loss is here. Let me show you. Is 300 points away. I'm using MT5, by the way. Is here. And then your take profit was gonna be here. Okay. Remember, what can you adjust? What can you adjust? Your risk to reward. Okay. Your risk to reward, you can adjust it. Your average stop loss zones, you can adjust them. Your average take profit zones, you can adjust them as you are testing. I'm going to repeat this. That's the whole point of testing the strategy. Okay. From there, you're going to make much better rules for the strategy. Maybe it's not that it's not working, but our rules are not just good for the strategy. But remember, we were just making them as we went by. So I'm not expecting much from it. But we lost one trade and won one trade so far. So far, so good. Okay. Another one. Okay. So wait, I want to see. It was a selling trade, so it's not like a selling pattern, so it's not gonna work. On this zone, we're expecting something. Yeah, you see now, that's a setup for us. It's a bull cross, something that has to do with buying because we are on a support, right? So that's our strategy. That's how it's working. So you enter, and then you're gonna put what? You're gonna put your stop loss somewhere here, 300 points away. I'm not guessing, okay? Just 300 points away. And then your take profit should be somewhere here because you are entering after the bull cross, you are entering there. So it should be the same distance somewhere there. That's it. You keep doing the same thing so that you're going to make a proper plan. You're going to decide properly because you understand your strategy, okay? Like, I don't know if you are getting this, just send something on the whole thing. My point is that you get it, okay? Let's ignore everything because our stop loss hasn't been hit yet. We are just gonna ignore whatever is happening. That's part of following the rules, right? Because we are already in the trade and whatever we saw it. Can I also be able to test the tactical strategy? Maybe a trend line. Yes. Actually, anything. You can test, you can put a trend line and then test, write down what are you seeing. Okay, you can anything. I was showing you that anything can be tested. Any RSI, whatever strategy or indicator that you have, you can test it. Okay, so we're still on a buy because our stop loss is not hit yet. You see the indicator keeps repainting, which is not a good thing for indicator. Stop loss hit, money gone, 2 trades lost. Okay, write down, keep a journal, write down. People keep telling me, how do you write it? Okay, here's another setup, right? Let's pause. Bull Harami. It's not exactly on the zone because we are following our rules. No, but I would say it is in the zone because it's not a line. It must be a zone. So starting from here all the way to there, let's take it, our trade. Okay. Now, please note our rules, as you can see, are not clear. Let's put our stop loss 300 points away. TP 300 points away. Sorry. and then we go on with it. Okay. Okay. Why did Oh, I was saying that people will be saying, how do you write a journal? How do you make a trading plan? I really don't know. To be honest, I've already taught you that. I'm still going to talk more about it just so you get it. But to be honest, I've already taught you that. You test, you figure out what your strategy wants, you adjust the numbers, take profit, SL, you understand what you're dealing with, you go and strike. Okay, you go and strike. It's going accordingly. It's going accordingly, but it hasn't hit our take profit yet. Okay. No, it's not good for a beginner. If you are not to be, this question was, you can ask question, I can answer them now because it's just going automatically there. It does not need anything else or explanation. I said everything already. As a beginner, the question is it good for a beginner? Remember, we entered a buy day. Is it good for a beginner to use indicators and to analyze? I would say it's not good for a beginner. Although you can still make it, but it's not good for a beginner. It's nice to actually, and as if you are looking to win this game in the long term, you must understand what's happening there. So the classes about the structure, the market structure, the patterns, the everything, the price action, I'm going to teach you all of that, but it's not good for you to just start using indicators. Okay, it's not good for you. I used indicators today, reason being for the strategy testing, reason being I wanted something that I won't have to explain that, okay, this is how you see a trend line, this is how you see a head and shoulders. I just have to get into it and test, okay, just so you can see the testing part of it. So whenever we talk about a strategy, you know how to test, you go and test it yourself. Okay, that's what I wanted to achieve with this class. Now, for a beginner, you need to understand no, you don't have to make them a template. You can draw them on the chart. You can draw them on your screen. Okay. So as a beginner, you need to understand exactly what the structure is and everything. These indicators are very simple, support and resistance. But to be honest with you, we like you need to know how to see the support and the resistance. I'll show you all of those things. Don't worry. Just bear with me here. As long as you are going with me throughout these classes, definitely you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I have time to explain these things to people. If you've like had a chat or something with me, you know that I will actually get to you and help you out. Okay, and help you out. So now definitely you need to understand everything. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut to this. Okay. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut. Remember, this trade is still it's in profit right now. This is our entry. This is our exit point, but it didn't hit our thing yet. So we are still waiting and see. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. So one more thing, don't like for now, because we are testing, we need to look at the charts like this. But if you're actually in the running trade, keep checking the trades and everything, you're gonna get emotional and everything. Is there indicator? There is a question, I'll just read it out. Okay, our take profit has been hit. This was a win. Okay. There is an indicator that I want to know about it. I don't understand it. It's Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll show you. But in a nutshell, Bollinger Bands are based off volatility. They are based on volatility. I can actually we can actually test that thing as well when you get time. The Bollinger Bands and see how are they doing. You can test them yourself. Put a Bollinger Band here, test them and see, can you win with Bollinger Bands, or do you need to modify them, Yana, optimize them, Yana? Do you understand? Next class is gonna be about the market candlesticks structures and everything. I will be explaining those things. I will try to make it into smaller chunks so that it's easier to digest for everyone. That way, it's gonna be much more. Sometimes I know that some people are rushing that we get into the advanced stuff, but trust me, this is worth it. You need to get it. Okay, so I'll get to all those things, and then and then after that class, we're gonna look at how do you optimize the strategy. Now you are testing it. How do you optimize? Okay, optimization is part of optimization is actually changing you see the strategy here. I was telling you that it's missing something is missing here to make it a bit more solid strategy. That is optimization. Okay, you are looking at it and it's be like, okay, maybe if I can add, I don't know, an RSI, and see. You can edit and test and see, okay, nah, man, it's not working. Also, you're optimizing it now. Okay, you wanted to make an optimal trading system like that. Okay, so all the way from a strategy to a system to a robot. That those are the steps, guys. You can make a robot from a strategy. People fear. I don't know. People have this stupid fear of robots. Yeah, robots are not profitable. No, it has to do with what you started with. Okay, if you take a profitable strategy, turn it into a robot, it's gonna be a profitable robot, obviously. As long as you know your way around coding those robots, then it's gonna be profitable, definitely. Okay, so people stop. Like robots can actually do these things better than humans, by the way. Like it can follow the rules better than. I mean, it does not like sometimes like nah, I'm not doing nah, I'm not entering this trade. Nah, they don't have these fears and they don't have emotions. So uh, that's why I'm gonna teach you up to that far to actually knowing what you need and everything, the robots and everything. I'll just teach you everything to be exact. Can you show us one more time how you got to this page? Because I'm trying, but I'm stuck. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you. Let me actually show you that. Okay, guys, confirm with me, is testing a strategy clear to you? Like, do you see what you need to understand? Do you see? I want to show you again how to get to this page, but as this person has asked. But do you see exactly what you need to understand? What are you adjusting as you are testing? Okay. You see, the reason why these classes have less people is because a lot of people, or people are getting it. Okay, that's good. A lot of people, you know what they want, né? They want something quick to make money quickly. That's why the classes, like, there is way less people joining them, because people don't want you to tell them that you need to work, you need to test things. You understand? So don't worry. If you are here, congratulations. You are one of the few people who understand that nothing comes for free. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this tester, and then I'm gonna show you how we get here. Okay, so from your MT5 or MT4, right? You click view. You see view there. Click on it. Click, go to strategy tester. And you click on strategy tester. Let me click again. You're gonna see this whole window at the bottom. Then you adjust things there. You click start. Okay, everything here is clear. The period, the pair, the indicator. Make sure that you have it on. You see overview. Click indicator, overview, indicator, and then you're going to select any indicator there and then change it to that template that you've made. So you first have to make a template here. Save whatever template that you've made. If you're using your patterns and structures, you can just go to a clean page and use it. If you're going to use trend lines, you're going to have to go to a cleaner page and have no indicators and test whatever that you are using. Okay,